Alright, welcome scrappers and YouTubers to my video. First one ever. Just wanted to show you guys what I found on my iPhone 3GS when I went ahead and took it apart, because I didn't like some of the stuff that I saw online where people were showing the internals but not showing everywhere that you could actually find gold on these things. I want to go ahead and point out that there's actually more on this than what meets the eye whenever you look at some of those disassembly videos. First thing I want to show you right here is that you've got three little bullseyes. These are your volume rocker button as well as your power button on the top. These are normally paired up with these silver discs here. Not really sure if that's cadmium or if that's silver, but you're going to find one or two discs per rocker. You're going to find that you have some gold-plated pins. These things are like spring pins. Those are usually used when you slide in your SIM card, and they're found in a couple other locations. You can see right here, this is where you slide in your SIM card, and they've got the gold plating on them. These were found on some of the other wires and stuff throughout. I went ahead and broke apart some of the IC chips to see what was inside. Some of them I couldn't break apart. It goes to show you that it may not be worth the effort unless you're like really trying to get every single thing that you can out of this. So as you can see how the board is laying down right now, the IC chip that is located right here, it has a couple gold traces inside of it. It wasn't too difficult to break apart. Just took a pair of dikes, went diagonally, and it actually ripped the top off, exposing those beautiful little traces. There are three little guys right here that I was able to break the tops off. Each one of those has tiny little pieces of gold plating inside of them as well. Nothing else, as far as the IC chips are concerned, was even worth actually looking at after breaking them apart. Didn't really find much else in there. You'll find gold plating here on the screw mounts and on some of the shielding mounts where you have aluminum shielding that goes around this entire board. When you break those off, you'll find gold plating areas where those actually meet the board. It doesn't have one for every one of the feet, but it has it throughout in different locations. Something that I want to point out, if you look online for a photo of this circuit board, one thing that they do not do justice on when they show it is this guy right here. I got a photo on my computer. I downloaded one of the pictures earlier. As you can see, there are multiple areas with gold plating here. Down on the bottom, you've got all these little circles all over the place. All these tiny little circles are gold. All these tiny little circles as well. Square right there. You got pins right here with gold plating on them. And then you got this giant board right here, or this giant square gold plating area. This is actually covered up with a silver sticker at one point in time. I went and scraped it off with my fingernails. Say that you still have your SIM card with your phone. Your SIM card obviously is going to have gold plating on it. And then there's a few other odds and ends. This guy right here had a sticker going across this entire bottom piece, which is also gold plated. And this right here also has a sticker going across it. It's got gold plating on both the right and left hand sides, pretty big squares. And your little docking pins are all gold plated. And down on the bottom part where they connect onto the wire circuitry, gold plated as well. There's the tiny amount of copper that's located inside of this thing that's easy to grab. Got a copper sticker. You got your lens for your camera. It's got copper wiring all around it. It's just a little bundle of it when it was trying to get away from me. Your vibrator motor. Those are two of the spring pins that have gold plating on them. I showed you earlier all my spring pins down here with gold plating. Any one of the little connections that you have is going to have gold plating on the pins. Yeah, it's tiny, but it's still worth something, especially if you're using acid washes. You can see right down here I have the microphone. This is where you talk into the iPhone 3GS. I don't know if that's brass or gold, but it's worth taking it and using it for something, seeing whether or not you can dissolve it inside of some sort of acid wash and find out later on what it is and distill it out. As far as the camera CCD or CMOS, I'm not exactly sure what the iPhone uses. One of those two sensors. If you were to break that guy apart and get in there, don't know if you can see that really well. Obviously the camera's not focusing perfectly, but you can see all these tiny little gold traces around that rainbow blue square. That's gold plating. So just wanted to show you that. Back side of it, you can see that there's another connector with gold plating on it as well. There you go. So, first ever video on YouTube. Just wanted to show you guys what I was able to find on my 3GS after doing a little bit more extensive work looking through stuff. I'll throw that photo that I was talking about that I found online that shows this guy only an outline of gold. It's covered up normally with an ugly looking silver sticker. Like I said, scrape that off and you will reveal a lot of gold plating on this, more than what people have you believe there is. Thanks for watching.